Today, I invite you to explore a powerful declaration: I am confident, not just as words spoken, but as a state of being. Confidence isn't merely about standing tall or speaking loudly. It's an energy, a feeling, a knowingness within you that transcends circumstance. Thoughts are the architects of our reality. Every action, every emotion, and every outcome in our lives begins as a thought. When we think a thought repeatedly, it becomes a belief. And once it becomes a belief, it starts to shape our identity. If we continuously think we are not good enough, not capable, or not worthy, we reinforce a sense of inadequacy within ourselves. Conversely, if we cultivate thoughts of confidence, worthiness, and possibility, we begin to embody those qualities. Our outer world is merely a reflection of our inner world of thought. The human brain is an incredible organ, constantly rewiring itself based on our dominant thoughts. This phenomenon, known as neuroplasticity, reveals that our brains are not fixed. They are adaptable, moldable, and highly responsive to repetitive thinking patterns. Each time you think a thought, you strengthen a neural pathway. Think a thought enough times, and that pathway becomes the brain's preferred route, influencing your behavior and habits. This is why negative thought patterns are so difficult to break. They are well-worn neural pathways, comfortable and familiar to the brain. However, this same process can be used to our advantage. By consciously choosing empowering thoughts, we can create new neural connections that support a more confident, positive self-image. It requires repetition and consistency. The brain doesn't differentiate between thoughts of reality and thoughts of imagination. Whether you're remembering a past event or envisioning a future possibility, your brain fires the same neurons, releasing the same chemicals, and creating the same emotional experiences. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. It primes your mind and body for an experience before it actually occurs. Our thoughts also influence our emotions, and emotions are the language of the body. When you think a thought, it triggers a chemical reaction in your brain, releasing neurotransmitters that correspond to that thought. For example, thinking about a past failure can release stress hormones like cortisol, causing your body to feel tense and anxious. On the other hand, envisioning a successful outcome can release dopamine and serotonin, making you feel confident and motivated. By mastering our thoughts, we can regulate our emotional state, directly impacting how we show up in the world. This power of thought extends beyond just influencing our emotions. It also shapes our perception of reality. We don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are conditioned to see it. Our thoughts act as filters, coloring our experiences. If you believe the world is full of opportunities, you'll notice doors opening everywhere. But if you believe life is difficult and unfair, you'll find evidence to support that belief at every turn. Your mind is constantly looking for confirmation of what you already believe to be true, reinforcing your worldview and solidifying your identity. The power of thought is the foundation of creation. Every invention, every achievement, every transformation begins in the mind. When you learn to harness this power, you become the creator of your reality, not a victim of circumstance. The first step is awareness, becoming conscious of your habitual thought patterns and questioning their validity. Then, through intentional repetition, you can replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, reshaping your identity from the inside out. The subconscious mind is the storehouse of our habits, beliefs, and automatic behaviors. It governs about 95% of our actions, thoughts, and emotions, operating beneath the surface like the programming of a computer. Most of the beliefs stored in the subconscious are formed during childhood, shaped by our experiences, environment, and influential figures such as parents, teachers, and peers. These beliefs become the lens through which we perceive the world, influencing our decisions, actions, and even our sense of identity. If we internalize limiting beliefs such as "I am not good enough" or "success is difficult to achieve," they become self-fulfilling prophecies, dictating our reality without us even realizing it. The challenge with reprogramming the subconscious lies in its resistance to change. It thrives on familiarity and routine, maintaining the status quo to keep us safe and comfortable. This is why even when we consciously decide to pursue a new goal or adopt a positive habit, we often find ourselves reverting to old patterns. It's not because of a lack of willpower or motivation, but because the subconscious mind is operating on deeply ingrained programming. To change our behavior, we must first change the underlying program. This requires accessing the subconscious mind, which is most receptive in a relaxed, meditative state where brainwaves slow down, such as in the alpha or theta state. One of the most effective ways to reprogram the subconscious is through repetition. Just as our current beliefs were formed through repeated exposure, new empowering beliefs can be installed by consistently feeding the subconscious with positive affirmations, visualizations, and mental rehearsals. When you repeatedly think the same thought, it becomes familiar, and the subconscious mind accepts it as truth. This is why affirmations are powerful tools, not because of the words themselves, but because of the repeated emotional engagement with those words. By combining affirmations with elevated emotions like gratitude and joy, you accelerate the reprogramming process. Another powerful method for reprogramming the subconscious is through visualization and mental rehearsal. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. When you mentally rehearse a desired outcome, complete with sensory details and emotional intensity, you are effectively programming your subconscious for success. Olympic athletes and high achievers have long used this technique, rehearsing their performance in their minds until it feels familiar and natural. This familiarity reduces anxiety and increases confidence, as the subconscious already believes the event has been successfully experienced. Emotional experiences have a profound impact on the subconscious mind. Moments of heightened emotion, whether positive or negative, leave strong imprints on our subconscious. This is why traumatic events or highly joyful experiences are so vividly remembered. They were encoded with intense emotion. By consciously creating emotional experiences associated with our desired beliefs, we can bypass the critical mind and communicate directly with the subconscious. This involves feeling the emotions of success, confidence, and worthiness as if the desired outcome has already been achieved. This emotional congruence signals to the subconscious that the new belief is safe and beneficial, allowing it to replace the old limiting program. Lastly, mindfulness and self-awareness are crucial in the process of reprogramming the subconscious. We must first become aware of the limiting beliefs that are driving our behaviors and holding us back. This requires observing our thoughts, emotional triggers, and habitual reactions without judgment. When we recognize a limiting belief, we can consciously challenge its validity and replace it with a more empowering thought. By repeatedly practicing this awareness, we weaken the old neural pathways associated with the limiting belief and strengthen the new ones aligned with our desired identity. Through consistent practice and emotional engagement, we can transform our subconscious programming, leading to profound changes in our behavior, experiences, and ultimately our reality. Emotions are powerful drivers of human behavior, influencing our decisions, actions, and experiences. They are not merely reactions to external events, they are responses to our internal thoughts and perceptions. Every emotion we feel is first created in the mind. When we think a thought, it triggers a chemical reaction in the brain, releasing neurotransmitters that correspond to that thought. These chemicals communicate with the body, producing sensations that we recognize as emotions. For example, thoughts of fear release cortisol and adrenaline, creating physical sensations of tension and anxiety, while thoughts of joy and gratitude release dopamine and serotonin, generating feelings of happiness and peace. The key to emotional state creation lies in understanding that emotions are not just reactive but can be consciously generated. Most people live in a state of emotional reactivity, allowing external circumstances to dictate how they feel. However, by deliberately choosing thoughts that align with desired emotions, we can take control of our emotional state. This requires becoming aware of our habitual thought patterns and intentionally shifting them. For example, instead of focusing on worst-case scenarios that produce anxiety, we can choose to imagine positive outcomes that generate excitement and anticipation. The mind doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences, it reacts to the thoughts we feed it. Visualization is a powerful tool for emotional state creation because it engages the mind's sensory and emotional centers. When you vividly imagine a desired outcome, complete with sights, sounds, and feelings, your brain activates the same neural networks as if the experience were happening in real life. This mental rehearsal not only primes the brain for future experiences, but also generates the emotional state associated with the envisioned outcome. By repeatedly visualizing success, confidence, or happiness, you train your mind and body to feel those emotions even before the external event occurs. This practice of living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled aligns your internal state with your desired reality. Emotions are not just abstract feelings, they are energy in motion. Each emotion vibrates at a specific frequency, influencing the energy we emit into the world. Emotions like joy, love, and gratitude resonate at high frequencies, attracting positive experiences and opportunities, while emotions like fear, anger, and shame vibrate at lower frequencies, drawing challenging circumstances. By consciously choosing to elevate our emotional state, we change our energetic frequency, influencing the people, events, and experiences we attract into our lives. This is not merely metaphysical, but grounded in the science of quantum physics, where like energies resonate with each other. Creating emotional states also requires breaking free from familiar emotional patterns. The human body becomes addicted to the chemical cocktail produced by habitual emotions, even if those emotions are negative. For example, someone accustomed to stress and worry may unconsciously seek out situations that perpetuate those feelings because their body craves the associated chemicals. To create new emotional states, We must first disrupt the cycle of emotional addiction by becoming aware of our triggers and choosing different emotional responses. This involves stepping out of the familiar and embracing new ways of thinking and feeling, even when it feels uncomfortable or unnatural at first. One of the most effective ways to create elevated emotional states is through gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion because it combines appreciation with a sense of fulfillment. When you feel grateful, you signal to your brain and body that your needs are met, reducing stress and increasing feelings of joy and abundance. By practicing gratitude daily, whether through journaling, meditation, or simple reflection, you condition your mind to focus on positive aspects of your life, naturally elevating your emotional state. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to seek out and amplify experiences that align with feelings of gratitude, creating a cycle of positivity and emotional well-being. Visualization and mental rehearsal are powerful tools for shaping reality because the mind does not differentiate between vividly imagined experiences and actual events. When you imagine a scenario with rich sensory details, seeing the scene, hearing the sounds, feeling the emotions, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were experiencing the event in real life. This mental simulation strengthens neural connections, making the imagined experience more familiar to your mind and body. As a result, when you encounter a similar situation in reality, your brain recognizes it as known territory, reducing anxiety and enhancing performance. Mental rehearsal has long been used by elite athletes, performers, and high achievers to prepare for success. Olympic athletes visualize themselves executing perfect routines, feeling the strength in their muscles and the exhilaration of victory. Musicians mentally rehearse their performances, hearing each note and feeling the flow of the music. This practice goes beyond mere imagination. It is a form of mental conditioning that primes the brain and body for peak performance. By repeatedly rehearsing the desired outcome, they create a neural blueprint for success, increasing confidence and minimizing hesitation. The science behind visualization is rooted in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When you visualize a specific action, such as giving a confident presentation or achieving a personal goal, you activate the same brain regions involved in the actual execution of that action. This repeated activation strengthens the neural circuits associated with the desired behavior, making it more automatic and effortless over time. Visualization essentially programs your subconscious mind to expect and accept the desired outcome, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that reality. For visualization and mental rehearsal to be effective, emotional engagement is crucial. The brain encodes experiences more deeply when they are accompanied by strong emotions. This is why vividly imagining the feelings of success, joy, gratitude, or confidence is essential to the process. When you mentally rehearse a scenario, immerse yourself fully in the emotional experience. Feel the excitement of accomplishment, the pride of achievement, and the gratitude for your success. These emotions send powerful signals to your subconscious mind, reinforcing the belief that the imagined experience is real and achievable. Timing and repetition also play a significant role in effective visualization. The subconscious mind is most receptive in relaxed, meditative states when brainwaves slow down, such as in the alpha or theta state. This is why practicing visualization just before sleep or immediately upon waking is particularly effective. In these states, the critical mind is less active, allowing suggestions and images to penetrate the subconscious more easily. Repetition is equally important because the subconscious learns through consistency. By visualizing your desired outcome daily, you build familiarity and confidence, reducing self-doubt and resistance. Visualization is not just about seeing the end result, it's about mentally rehearsing the process. Many people make the mistake of only visualizing the desired outcome without imagining the actions needed to achieve it. For example, instead of merely picturing yourself receiving an award, visualize each step leading up to that moment, the preparation, the challenges you overcome, and the skills you develop along the way. This prepares your mind and body for the journey, equipping you with the resilience and persistence needed to turn your vision into reality. Insecurity is not an inherent trait, but a learned habit, a pattern of thought and emotion that has been reinforced over time. It begins with repetitive, negative self-talk and limiting beliefs, often rooted in past experiences, societal conditioning, or comparisons with others. These thoughts create feelings of inadequacy, unworthiness, and self-doubt, which in turn shape behaviors such as hesitation, avoidance, and self-sabotage. Over time, these behaviors become habitual, reinforcing the cycle of insecurity. To break this habit, it's essential to first recognize that insecurity is not who you are, but simply a mental program that can be rewritten. Awareness is the first step in breaking the habit of insecurity. Most people are not conscious of the negative self-talk and limiting beliefs that fuel their feelings of inadequacy. These thoughts run on autopilot, hidden in the background of the mind. By practicing mindfulness and self-observation, you can bring these unconscious patterns into conscious awareness. This involves paying attention to your internal dialogue, noticing when self-doubt or fear arises, and identifying the underlying beliefs driving these emotions. Once you become aware of these patterns, you gain the power to change them. Breaking the cycle of insecurity requires interrupting the habitual thoughts that sustain it. The brain is wired to follow familiar neural pathways, which is why it keeps replaying the same limiting narratives. To disrupt this cycle, consciously replace negative thoughts with empowering affirmations and positive self-talk. This is not about blind optimism or superficial positivity, but about choosing thoughts that are more supportive and constructive. For example, instead of thinking I'm not good enough, replace it with I am learning and growing every day. Consistent repetition of these new thoughts rewires the brain, weakening old neural pathways and strengthening new ones. Another powerful strategy for overcoming insecurity is to change your emotional state. Insecurity is often linked to emotions of fear, shame, and unworthiness. By consciously creating elevated emotional states such as gratitude, joy, and confidence, you override the habitual feelings associated with insecurity. One effective technique is to recall a moment when you felt genuinely confident and capable. Relive that experience in your mind, feeling the emotions as vividly as possible. This emotional rehearsal shifts your energy and rewires your brain to associate those positive feelings with your self-image, gradually dissolving the old emotional patterns of insecurity. Action is also essential for breaking the habit of insecurity. Insecurity thrives on avoidance and hesitation, reinforcing the belief that you are incapable or unworthy. By taking small, courageous actions, even when you feel insecure, you build evidence of your competence and resilience. These actions don't have to be grand or dramatic. They can be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, setting a boundary, or trying something new. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, you challenge the narrative of insecurity, building confidence through experience and proving to yourself that you are capable. Finally, changing your self-identity is crucial for overcoming insecurity. Insecurity persists because it becomes intertwined with your sense of self, creating an identity of inadequacy. To break free, you must redefine who you believe yourself to be. This involves letting go of the old identity tied to self-doubt and consciously embodying a new identity of confidence and worthiness. This process begins by visualizing the version of yourself who is already secure, confident, and self-assured. See yourself behaving, speaking, and acting from that place of confidence. By consistently practicing this new identity, you retrain your mind and body to accept it as your new reality, breaking the habit of insecurity once and for all. Everything in the universe is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. From the smallest atom to the vastness of galaxies, all matter is in constant motion, resonating at unique vibrational frequencies. This principle extends to human beings as well. Our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies are all composed of energy vibrating at specific frequencies. When we experience emotions such as love, joy, and gratitude, we vibrate at higher frequencies. Conversely, emotions like fear, anger, and sadness produce lower frequencies. These energetic vibrations not only influence our mental and emotional states, but also shape our physical reality by affecting the people, experiences, and circumstances we attract into our lives. Our energetic frequency acts as a magnet, drawing experiences that match its vibration. This phenomenon, often referred to as the law of attraction, is not merely a metaphysical concept, but is supported by the science of quantum physics. In the quantum field, like energies resonate and attract each other. When you vibrate at a high frequency, you attract positive experiences, opportunities, and relationships that match that vibration. Conversely, if you are stuck in low-frequency emotions such as fear or resentment, you draw situations that reinforce those feelings. Your external world is a mirror reflecting your internal energetic state. The power to change your reality lies in your ability to consciously shift your frequency. Since emotions are energy in motion, the quickest way to raise your frequency is by changing your emotional state. Practices such as gratitude, meditation, and visualization can elevate your vibration by fostering positive emotions. Gratitude in particular is a powerful frequency booster because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance, signaling to the quantum field that you already have what you desire. This creates a vibrational match with your desired reality, allowing it to manifest more easily. Thoughts are also powerful influencers of energy and frequency. Every thought emits a vibrational signal that interacts with the quantum field. Repetitive negative thinking patterns such as self-doubt, fear, or criticism lower your energetic frequency and attract experiences that match those thoughts. Conversely, positive, empowering thoughts elevate your vibration, attracting opportunities and possibilities that resonate with those higher frequencies. This is why cultivating a positive mindset is not just about feeling good, it is about aligning your energy with the experiences you want to create. The environment and people around you also impact your energetic frequency. Surrounding yourself with high vibration environments such as nature, uplifting music, or positive social circles raises your vibration, while toxic or negative environments can lower it. This is because energy is contagious. We unconsciously absorb the frequencies around us. To maintain a high frequency, it is essential to be mindful of your surroundings, the content you consume, and the people you interact with. Setting energetic boundaries and practicing regular energy clearing techniques, such as meditation or grounding exercises, help maintain a balanced and elevated frequency. Mastering your energy and frequency requires conscious awareness and deliberate practice. It begins with becoming aware of your habitual thoughts, emotions, and energetic patterns. By observing how you feel and what you attract in different emotional states, you can identify which frequencies you are resonating with. From this place of awareness, you can intentionally choose thoughts, emotions, and actions that raise your vibration. Over time, this conscious practice rewires your brain, reshapes your energetic field, and transforms your reality, allowing you to become the deliberate creator of your life. Present moment awareness is the practice of fully experiencing the here and now without distraction or judgment. It is about bringing your attention to the current moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Most people live either in memories of what has been or in anticipation of what might come, rarely engaging fully with the present. This mental habit fragments attention and creates unnecessary stress and anxiety. By cultivating present moment awareness, you anchor yourself in the now, where true peace and clarity reside. In this state, the mind becomes calm and you can respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom and ease. The mind is naturally restless, constantly generating thoughts that pull attention away from the present moment. These thoughts are often repetitive and centered around regrets of the past or fears of the future, perpetuating cycles of stress and anxiety. Present moment awareness breaks this cycle by redirecting attention to what is happening right now. This practice does not involve suppressing thoughts, but observing them without attachment or judgment. By doing so, you disidentify from the mind's incessant chatter and become the conscious observer of your inner experience. One of the most effective ways to cultivate present moment awareness is through mindful breathing. The breath is always in the present moment, making it an anchor to which you can return whenever your mind starts to wander. By focusing on the sensation of each inhalation and exhalation, you draw your attention away from mental distractions and into the body. This practice not only calms the mind, but also regulates the nervous system, reducing stress and enhancing emotional well-being. With consistent practice, mindful breathing trains the mind to remain centered and present, even in challenging situations. Present moment awareness enhances sensory perception, allowing you to experience life with greater richness and depth. When fully present, you notice details that were previously overlooked: the texture of food, the sound of the wind, the colors in a sunset. This heightened awareness deepens your appreciation of life's simple pleasures, fostering gratitude and contentment. By fully engaging your senses in each moment, you break free from the autopilot mode of living, where experiences are rushed through without awareness. This leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Emotionally, present moment awareness brings freedom from unnecessary suffering. Most emotional pain is not caused by present circumstances, but by thoughts about the past or fears about the future. When you bring your awareness to the now, you realize that in this moment you are safe, and most problems exist only in the mind's projections. This awareness creates a sense of inner peace and emotional resilience. By observing emotions as transient waves passing through consciousness rather than identifying with them, you reduce their grip on you. This empowers you to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Present moment awareness also enhances relationships by fostering genuine connection and empathy. When you are fully present with another person, you listen deeply without mentally preparing your response or getting distracted by your own thoughts. This creates a space of acceptance and understanding, allowing for authentic communication and emotional intimacy. By bringing awareness to each interaction, you respond more thoughtfully and compassionately, strengthening the bonds of trust and respect. This practice transforms relationships from superficial exchanges into meaningful connections rooted in presence and love. Embodying the new identity begins with a conscious decision to redefine who you believe yourself to be. Your identity is not fixed, it is a collection of beliefs, habits, and experiences that you have accumulated over time. Most people live their lives based on an outdated self-image shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, and limiting beliefs. To create a new reality, you must first create a new identity that aligns with the version of yourself who has already achieved the life you desire. This involves letting go of old narratives and embracing a new self-concept rooted in possibility and empowerment. The process of embodying a new identity starts with visualization and mental rehearsal. By vividly imagining yourself as the person you want to become, you activate the same neural pathways as if you were experiencing it in real life. This mental simulation rewires your brain, making the new identity feel more familiar and attainable. Visualize yourself thinking, feeling, and behaving as this new version of you. See yourself confidently navigating challenges, achieving your goals, and living in alignment with your highest potential. The more you practice this mental rehearsal, the more your subconscious mind accepts this new identity as your reality. Thoughts and emotions play a pivotal role in embodying a new identity. To fully step into this version of yourself, you must think and feel as that person would. This requires consistently choosing thoughts that support your new self-concept and cultivating the emotions associated with your desired reality. For example, if your new identity is one of confidence and success, you must think empowering thoughts and feel the emotions of confidence, gratitude, and achievement. These thoughts and emotions generate a vibrational frequency that aligns with your new identity, attracting experiences that resonate with that frequency. Behaviors and actions must also align with your new identity. Identity is not merely about thinking and feeling differently, it is about acting in congruence with who you wish to become. This means making choices and taking actions that reflect your new self-image, even if it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar at first. For example, if your new identity is that of a successful entrepreneur, you must adopt the habits, routines, and decision-making processes of someone who is already successful. By consistently behaving as your new identity would, you reinforce this self-concept and condition your mind and body to accept it as your reality. Embodying a new identity requires breaking free from old emotional patterns and habits that reinforce the old self. Your body becomes addicted to the familiar chemical states produced by habitual emotions, even if those emotions are negative. To fully step into a new identity, you must consciously interrupt these old patterns and replace them with new emotional states that support your transformation. This involves practicing emotional mastery, consciously choosing how you want to feel, and refusing to indulge in emotions that are incongruent with your new self-concept. Over time, this reconditions your body to align with the new identity. Consistency and repetition are essential for embodying a new identity. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition, so you must consistently think, feel, and act as your new self until it becomes second nature. This requires daily commitment and deliberate practice. Surround yourself with environments, people, and experiences that reinforce your new identity. Use affirmations, visualization, and emotional state creation techniques to keep your focus on who you are becoming. By continuously aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your new identity, you bridge the gap between who you are now and who you are destined to be.